Electronic Circuit Analysis subject. This is Dr. Madhusudan, PhD, Department of ECE. In this session, we will learn Introduction to Feedback Amplifiers. Feedback amplifier means a amplifier is used to amplify input signal, where suppose consider a black box, input some voltage is there or current is there, and output you will take a voltage, amplified voltage or current. Then that is called open loop amplifier. Open loop means there is no feedback, there is no any connection between input and output. But when you take a feedback network, so it is a network where it will take some portion of the output and it will fed back to the input side. Then what happens, the overall network, amplifier and the feedback network together, we call it as a feedback amplifier, and it has some advantage and disadvantage. For that study only this chapter is there, feedback amplifiers. First one, gain is increases or decreases depending on the type of the feedback what we are giving. There are two types of feedbacks, positive feedback and negative feedback. The noise, next one is noise. It decreases in the negative feedback amplifiers. Usually it will decrease in the negative feedback amplifier and it will increase in the positive feedback amplifier. Even though it increases, we are using for the positive feedback is used in the oscillators and negative feedback used in the amplifiers. So first term to remember is gain and type of feedback and noise. And there are two types of feedbacks. One is positive feedback and another one is negative feedback. Classification of the feedback amplifiers. Amplifiers can be classified, feedback amplifier especially is classified broadly, four types. One is voltage amplifiers, where V in is the input and V out is the output. Straight away V in and V out. And current amplifiers, where I in and I out. I in is the input current and I out is the output current. But most of the time we are using for the voltage amplifier itself. Third one is transconductance amplifier, where we are giving input as a voltage and current as a output. So what happens here, the input is the V in and output is the I out. And another one is transresistance amplifier, where current is given as a input I in and voltage is taken as a out, V out. So these four possibilities are there. So these first two are straightforward, and second two we have to study, transconductance and transresistance. These two are available in the transistors and MOSFETs, because suppose if it is a voltage, suppose one component like transistor voltage dependent current source, then it has act as a V in we are giving and we are taking as a I out. Usually this one is it is possible in MOSFET, and I in and V out, this is possible in BJT. So base current, emitter current and all we are giving I input and we are taking collector output as a voltage, then it becomes a current dependent voltage source. And in MOSFET, voltage we are giving base gate voltage we are giving as a V in, and drain current as we are taking as a I out. Then that MOSFET act as a transconductance amplifier, whereas BJT act as a resistance amplifier. That's what we have to study these things. Next one, first one is voltage amplifier. This block diagram is very easy, please observe. This is source side Vs and Rs will be there always, and load resistance always RL will be there. So these three diagrams will be there in all the diagrams. So carefully you can write it, Vs, Rs and RL. The in between whatever is there, it is depending on the amplifier. If this we want voltage, then we have to write this resistance. Then what happens, there is a voltage drop across that R that will be taken into component, and amplified will be output as a voltage output, so voltage symbol, and it is a AV times. AV times means so output is a gain, AV is voltage gain, AV times of the input, so that diagram will come. And this voltage whatever AV Vi we have to take across RL. So for that, this to be proper, what conditions are there, we'll see one by one conditions. What are the conditions? Ri must be greater than Rs. If Ri is this resistance is greater than Rs, then this whole voltage comes across Ri. then Vi is equal to Vs, and output side R0 should be very less. R0 should be very less compared to RL. Then what happens? RL should be bigger. Then what happens? This voltage appears at output side. Then what happens? V0 equal to AV/Vi will come approximately. This is when these are the criteria are met, this diagram act as a voltage amplifier. For voltage amplifier, these are the desirable qualities. So then what happens? Component, whatever the amplifier we are using, that will not consume any voltage or current or power. So these are the requirement details. It is very easy to understand. Once you note down and understand the concept, it will be easy. Second one, current amplifier. Similarly, whenever we are taking a current source, we have to take a parallel resistance, because this main current we are taking into sub current. So for that we have to put a parallel resistance. Then whatever the current is going to the amplifier side, this is the amplifier side, that current should be amplified and which should be come as a output. Again output current, no, so parallel we have to put one resistance, again we have to take this output current. So for that, what are the desirable equations we have to see? So first one is Ri must be lesser than Rs here, because I want whatever the current source is giving, all current it should come this side. Then it will amplify. So it will amplify this side. Then whatever the current is coming here, all I want at the load side. Then what happens? This R0 should be greater than RL. Then only it is possible. So then it acts as a current amplifier. I not equal to AI into II, where AI is current gain. Third one is transconductance amplifier. What is the input? Voltage is the input. And what is the output? Current is the output. So for voltage, whatever you have plotted first diagram, this diagram will come same, and whatever you have plotted for the second diagram, current amplifier, this will come as it is. Then what happens? This overall amplifier, this amplifier becomes voltage to current amplifier. Then what is the need? Again Ri is greater than Rs. So Vi must be, all Vi must come at this point. Then only it is desirable. That otherwise this resistance will consume all some current and voltage. So the source voltage will not come across amplifier input. So then second criteria is R0 should be greater than RL. It is a mixture of voltage amplifier and current amplifier. Then I0 is equal to I0. See, output is I0, and input is V. So I by V becomes a conductance. So we have to notate it by GM. So GM is equal to I0 by Vi. That is called transconductance amplifier. Once a very small circuit diagram, once you note it, it will be easy for you. Next one is trans resistance amplifier. Trans resistance is current is the input. Again it will, we want all current at this point, so parallel resistance should be very high value resistance. So then what happens? The current will come this side to the amplifier input side. Then this side adds current, whatever current amplifier whatever we are plotted, same thing. And this side whatever we are plotted for the voltage amplifier, it is same thing. And it will amplify from input to the output, and this voltage will come here, and that voltage we want at the output side. For that, criteria should be Ri must be lesser than Rs for the input side, so that I input current becomes the source current. Then R0 should be very less than RL. Then V0 becomes a Rm into Ri. Then what is this? Rm is trans resistance amplifier notation. This is an amplification factor. Don't think it as a resistance. So this one is a trans resistance amplifier notation, Rm. Okay. Once you note down, it becomes easy. Once you understand voltage and current amplifier, it becomes easy. Next one, feedback amplifier block diagram. So this is a very good picture I found. So this is signal source, and what we want output is here. This blue color diagram is there, that is a black box what we are thinking now. So input we are giving here Vs means source voltage, and there is a mixer network. We can take some circuit diagram where it will it will mix the feedback network voltage and the input side notation, input side voltage. Then it will mix and it will give to the amplifier. This is a basic amplifier, with gain A, and it will give some output where that output will be sampled. Sampled means some portion we have to take for the feedback amplifier, then the other side sampling network output will go. Okay, these are the basic parameters, and we will study what are the notations used here. So input side it is a Vs, and output side is the V naught. Actually output side is the V naught, and output of V naught will be given to the feedback factor beta, and beta into V naught, whatever the input, it will come as a feedback, that is Vf, and that Vf and Vs will be added depending on the feedback. Actually here it is either positive or negative feedback. If it is a positive feedback, it will be added. If it is a negative feedback, it will be subtracted and given to the amplifier input. That is called Vd. Vd means voltage difference. Difference voltage will be given to the amplifier, and it will amplify by the gain of A. Then output will become AVD, and it will go to sampling network, and again it will be V naught. It will be inside the loop. That's why we call it as a feedback amplifier. So this diagram is very nice. Please practice it once. That block diagram itself can be shown by small diagram. This is what open loop amplifier earlier I was telling. Then this is a feedback network where it is a usually we use attenuator. Amplifier means where the gain will be more than greater than 1, and attenuator means where the gain is less than 1. Usually whatever the Vout is coming, this Vout will be taken into this side with some portion, 0.6, 0.8 times, 0.1 time, like that. Then it is called, we call it as a attenuator. So attenuator is a feedback network where we take lesser than, gain will be less than 1 and more than 0. That number we are taking here, and that output we call it as a beta into Vout. That will be fed back this side. And again it is a mixer network where it is adding Vin and Vf feedback voltage, and we are giving this Vin minus beta times of Vout to this amplifier, and output will be A times of this much. A times of Vout is equal to A times of Vin minus beta V naught. It will come. So small derivation is there. Consider, you leave this diagram as of now. You drop this diagram, consider previous slide diagram, and consider the equation here. A gain equal to V naught by Vs. Actually that is equal to V naught by Vi. If Vf is connected, feedback voltage is connected in series with the input, then Vi, suppose it is a subtractor we are using, then Vi equal to Vs minus Vf, means negative feedback we are giving. Then you consider this equation, V naught is equal to A Vi equal to A times of Vs minus Vf, A Vs minus A Vf. So instead of Vf, we consider V naught, beta V naught, and if you consider that one, you take common, it becomes a V naught into 1 plus beta A equal to AV. The final answer will come this one, V naught by Vs equal to A divided by 1 plus beta naught. If you are taking a negative feedback, the answer will come A divided by 1 plus beta. If you are taking this as a positive feedback, it will come as a 1 minus beta A. Student can verify this one considering positive feedback, and 1 minus beta A will come. For amplifier it will be negative feedback, that's why it will come 1 plus beta A naught. This diagram this equation we are using more oftenly in amplifier design. Okay, A divided by 1 plus beta A. So A divided by 1 plus beta A. So type of feedbacks. First one is a positive feedback. The feedback in which the feedback energy, means that signal, either voltage or current, is in phase with the input signal. We are using in phase signal for the feedback network. Then we call it as a positive feedback. And it is highly we are using in the oscillator circuit, because oscillator circuit we need oscillations so we need a positive feedback there. The signal strength should go high. That's why we are using in the oscillator circuit. But it increases the distortion. So distortion is the signal, it will increase. But in oscillator circuit we remove it later on. First we need a oscillation signal, then we remove distortions. And it increases instability also, because the signal should not go beyond some particular voltage, otherwise component will be either short circuit or open circuit or burnt out. All those things possibilities are there. That's why amplitude limitation will be there, that instability will happen in positive feedback. So second one is negative feedback. The feedback in which the energy, either voltage current, is out of phase we are using with the input signal, that is called as a negative feedback. When we use out of phase, it has advantage also, disadvantage also. First one is stability will be improved. Because of negative feedback, the voltage will not increase abundantly. It will not increase up to certain limit, it will increase, it will stop there. Next one is reduction in the distortion. Distortion will be cancelled out because of negative feedback. Noise will be, due to distortion is not there, noise also will get reduced in the negative feedback. It increases the input impedance. If it is a increases the input impedance, the component will not consume much power, so power consumption at the input side will also get reduced. And decreases the output impedance. When it decreases output impedance, the usually audio amplifier will be connected to the speakers, etc. Speakers will have very low impedance, like 4 ohm 8 ohm speakers are available. It will be helpful for that, for decreases in the output impedance. Increase in the range of uniform applications means it will increase the range of the frequency applications, where we are the constant amplification is possible. So majorly we are using negative feedback in the amplifier design. The difference between a positive amplifier and negative amplifier. So overall, first one, parameter and feedback, and positive feedback and negative feedback, we'll see one by one. Overall phase shift, here it is a positive feedback 0 or 360 degree, but in negative feedback it will be 180 degree phase shift we are using. That's why it is a negative feedback. 180 means it will be negative voltage compared to with respect to input signal. Input output voltage and noise, it increases due to feedback. In noise it will be increases, and input output voltage, input and output voltage also it will increase. In negative feedback, the noise will be decreased. Feedback signal and input signal, it is there are in phase because 0 degree or 360 degree, and because of 180 degree it will be out of phase. And stability, it will be poor stability in positive feedback, but it will be better feedback in the negative feedback, but it will be better, stability will be better in the negative feedback. What are the applications are? The first one is positive feedback is used in oscillators, and negative feedback we are using in the amplifiers. So in the next video we will see types of feedback amplifier circuits and related derivations. Please subscribe my channel. Any doubts, please comment or ask me. Thank you everyone.